I would like to thank you for coming personally to hear what I want to say. I have many questions on how the clubs are structured. So Lucine and I, we decided that it's better to meet those people who express their interest to hear about the club and to explain to them what I have in mind while creating the private business club. In Cyprus, we don't have private business clubs. We didn't have before. So the idea was just to understand how to change the field of activities. For 20 years, 95% of my time was for publishing and event management. But both lines of businesses started to bring less income. Event management during the last 2 years didn't happen at all. We had 2 big events. They cannot be organized in these conditions. And the publishing brings less and less income. And I was sitting and thinking, what is the new way to be useful to my clients, but in the same time, something to be excited for me as well, a new line of business. And last 1 year, I devote 95% of my time to the development of network and contacts. I was trying to count. I'm not good in all these Excel spreadsheets or databases. I don't like it. I was always having everything in my head. So I took some time to take off my head the names of people and to put together all the list of people I knew and the emails and so on. So I ended up with a list of 6,000 people I know. And these 6,000 people, they are of different nationalities. Majority of them, they are Russians and Cypriots, because I'm both and Russian and Cypriot, but they also live in different countries. I'm a member of few international organizations. In some organizations, I'm a board member, so I traveled a lot. In other organizations, I'm a regular member, so I met once a year, like World Association of Russian Press. So I know publishers from 80 countries in the world, people like me who are owners of business, or European Russian Alliance. This is an organization that works under European Parliament, and it has representatives from every EU country, but those people who are leading the Russian communities in their countries. So having all this, I understood what is my value. My value is that I know people, they don't know each other, and I can find a way how to introduce them to each other. This way I can add value to their lives, networking, but I also can find a new way of business, new line of business for Vesni Kipra. So that's what I did. And 1 year ago, I started day by day to resume my relationship with people we could not meet. So it was like a Zoom call or coffee in my office. So far, I resumed my relationship with about 600 of these 6,000 people. I will switch off the video of Natalie, I hope, but okay, stop her video. Yes, now I can continue. So I resumed the relationship, and I understood what I need to do. I divided people into 3 big groups. One group is those people who are business owners, shareholders, investors, founders, CEOs of big international companies. For them, I created an economic diplomacy council, a part of my business club that meets in person, but in small groups, because it's not about to exchange business cards. This can be done at any event. It's about building the relationship. And I started to organize lunches and dinners for these people, each time 6 people. And then I ended up with a strategy that every month I invite to my club 6 new business owners of different nationalities with different backgrounds, but all of them physically in Cyprus, because I want to have a dinner with them. And every month, like 2 days ago, it was a dinner of December. Every month I have a dinner for 6 new members. And then I have 2 or 3 events per month where I mix and match the new members with so-called old members. So that's how the Economic Diplomacy Council works. 6 people every month, and we are now about 40 people, 42 if to be precise. So 42 people, business owners, international business, they meet physically. Then my second thought was, okay, what to do with a little bit smaller business? Because when we speak about Economic Diplomacy Council, their profit range of these companies, they are dozens of millions. So they have their problems and worries, and they have common language to talk. But what about those companies that have 1 million profit, or those companies that are small and medium enterprises here in Cyprus and abroad? As I told, I know many people from abroad, so I'm able to connect them. I said, okay, private online club will help. And since September this year, on a weekly basis, 1 or 2 meetings a week, I mix and match members of my online club. That's what I wanted to tell you about today, about how the online club works. It was at the very beginning when we announced that there will be an online club, we received about 50 emails or messages of those people who wanted to join this club. So we are now 56 people. There are 56 members of online club. And I also organized, I decided that it's a good strategy not to go to big groups. I also organized meetings like 3, 4, maximum 5 people at a time. And I'm choosing people with common interest. I want to give you an example of this Monday meeting. Monday at 3 o'clock, every Monday actually at 3 o'clock, I have a meeting of a few people from the club who did not meet each other, who have not met each other yet. So I found 4 people who have the same passion, healthy living style. But one person is from Serbia, and he's a top specialist there, one of the top in blockchain industry. Another person is from Bulgaria, and she is an owner of a trading company. Another person is a truly international. She is Sweden, working in Swiss. With a Swiss company, and living physically in Cyprus, imagine. And the first lady was a Ukrainian, working in speaking Russian language, working in Cyprus in an international company. So I mixed them. They have different fields of activities, but one passion. And they found immediately common language. The one in Serbia, he produces goji berry, that's called like this. So some superfood. And the lady from Bulgaria, immediately she became his, over the Zoom call, she became his representative. She said, I will sell it in Bulgaria and neighboring countries. So they discussed. Other 2 ladies, they decided to buy his products. But he specializes in blockchain. So he will help them with his expertise to understand what blockchain is. So I really love such things. When finding one common quality of few people, I can make them immediately to have a rapport between them. That's what I'm doing. Every member of my online club is a person whom I know in person. Even if they're from abroad, I know them, I have met them before. And that's why I know what they want. Before accepting them to the club, I have a separate meeting with each person, each of them, to ask them about their priorities, what they want to develop next year. So I know what they did. I know what they're doing. I know that what they will be doing. And this way I can mix and match. So when we speak about online club, the main idea for this club is to expand the network. And for €300 a year, this is a fee to be a member of online club. I promise that within a year, with small meetings, 3 to 5 people, I will introduce each member to 100 people. But small meetings is not the only thing which we do in the club. Small meetings is just to introduce yourself and to find common interest. And then 2 or 3 times a month, we have a little bit bigger meeting. I'm trying to limit them by 20 people, different subjects. For example, our recent meeting was on blockchain inter-real business. So how the blockchain technologies can be implemented in the business of the real life business, not only crypto or something, but in accounting, for example. So I have invited 6 members of our club who are professionals, in blockchain and crypto, to explain how the technologies will be implemented in other fields, tourism, trade, and so on. And other people came to listen to them and to ask questions, so it was interactive. And since January, I'm planning to have at least 2, maximum 3 meetings a month with different subjects, having in mind the interests of online club members. So from January, we will start expanding the club. So far, from September until today, we did not accept many new people in the club because I wanted to test my ideas or my thoughts, how this club should work. Now I understand it is working as I want. And I also understood my approach to this. And from January, we are on the full speed. I want to have 100 members in the club, and within a year to introduce them to each other. So that's about the system of the clubs, but it would not be complete if I would not share with you the third element of this private business club activities. And the third one is a private group in LinkedIn. Every time I resume relationship. I wanted to say I meet a new person. No, well, every time I resume a relationship with someone I didn't see for a long time, or we did not communicate, I invite this person to join my private, which is closed private LinkedIn group. So far, we have there 620 plus people. It means that I met 600 people in Zoom or physically so far. And every day I start my morning by finding one photo of one of the 600 people in internet, in open sources. I just type a name in Google. I find a nice photo and I write a post about this person, what I know about him or her. And because I'm doing it every day for more than 200 days already, I have introduced to the group about 200 people. So when you join the group, or if you are a member of this group and you just didn't pay attention to this, look at the timeline, just go down, down, and down, and you will see 200 introductions of different people, and most probably some of them will be interesting to you. And it's so easy through LinkedIn to contact these people, to ask them a question, or to comment under my post saying something. I do it pro bono, free of charge. I don't charge for being members of that group. My idea was that I need one place where all 6,000 people whom I know will be gathered with a time, one by one, as soon as I meet them again and again. You know, my usual way of communicating to participants of my business conferences was when I'm shaking the hands at the entrance in the room. Then I'm standing the whole day with the microphone on the stage because I took care to be moderator of my business events. And when they're leaving, I'm shaking their hands again and saying goodbye. So I didn't have these quality conversations with them. And this is what I'm trying to replace now. So 95% of my time now goes to private communication with people, or communication in the groups from 3 to 6 people each time. I have said everything what I wanted to say about the online club, but I would like to add also that having this experience with Economic Diplomacy Council and online club, I started to work as a concierge, but business concierge. It's not that concierge service which please order me a bottle of wine or book a ticket. It seems that the service of helping in communication has very high demand. So without almost exception, every member of the club asked me for extra services. I charge for them, but I help, and I wrote down here not to forget, just to give you some examples what I did so far. I already have worked as a crisis manager, for example, within 1 month, saving one company, because crisis management is what I do in Vesni Kipro on a daily basis, having daily newspaper every 2 minutes. You're solving one crisis. So I was hired to solve a crisis in the company, and I have succeeded. Another thing, it was like very often now, more than 10 times, 12, 11, 12, they hired me to be a kind of opportunity manager. So I come to the company, which I don't know. They tell me what they do, how they promote themselves, what they want to do. And I find to them opportunities they did not see, because I have this fresh eye. I have never seen the business before. So I call it as a service, as opportunity manager. If we do not see opportunities, we create them. And I'm good in this. So it's an extra service to the club members. The third one is PR and communication manager. I explain how to meet right people, whom we need to meet. So having in mind each business, it's private consulting. I'm explaining whom to meet, how to approach this person, why we need to meet this person. The fourth one is who is who. For Cypriots, I explained who is who in Russia, whom they need to have in consideration if they go to work in a trade business, for example, trading business, what they need to have in consideration, not only about taxes, but what can happen, what dangers they have, what opportunities they have, whom they need to speak in each city or town in order to have better results in their work there. But it works also vice versa. When foreigners come to Cyprus, I explain them sometimes very simple things. What mayor is responsible for what area? This is a classic example that I give at all my lectures, that everyone who comes to Limassol wants to go to the mayor of Limassol for the help, thinking that he will solve their problems. But Limassol has 6 mayors. So depending where the problem is, most probably and very often the person needs to know another mayor. So I'm taking the hand of this person, I'm going with him to the mayor, and I'm trying to sit next to them, arbitrating and trying to find a solution of the problem. And last but not least, it's about business relation. I help people to find business partners and to succeed in business deals. So these are the extra services that I provide to club members on retainer fees or just paying per hour. Summarizing, there are 3 clusters, elements of my business club. One is in LinkedIn, which is free of charge, available to anyone whom I know in person. And if the person, a person is in that group, it means I know him and I have ever worked with him one time or maybe still working. Second is an online club. It costs 300 euro per year for 100 connections during the year, but these are private connections during private conversations in small groups. And the third element is an economic diplomacy council, which is open for my contacts who have international business with a turnover of 100 million and more. And the economic diplomacy council is open for the business owners or CEOs of these companies. It's not for employees of the company. So there are 3 clusters, and the good news that anyone of online or offline club has also 20% discount on the services of Vesni Kipra. So today I saw an invoice of one of our client, a club member. He should pay 700 euro to us, and he paid 560 because every club member had and has a 20% discount for the Vesni Kipra services. That's what I wanted to say about it. I will switch off now the video recording, and I will be glad if you switch on your video so I can see you and answer your questions, if any.